All right, I'm here with my grandpa, Richard Achey, the architect, and we're just gonna be talking about his card paintings, right? Yeah.
Card sketches.
Card sketches. Okay. Now let's just start out. How did you get interested, or you have a history of architecture? What sparked that interest?
As a kid, primarily, rather than play ball with my neighbor kids, I'd hang around construction jobs in the neighborhood where they were building houses. And that got me interested of sorts. In junior high, the first drafting class I had, the teacher let me come in and draw house plans rather than after I did all the regular work that was part of the class. And then after a couple of years of engineering in college, I transferred over to architecture. Never finished at Ohio State, but I got some very good jobs. And after I moved to Santa Barbara, I worked hard to get my license and start an architectural firm. And over the years, I've probably designed. I did a lot of what's called production work, subdivisions, condos, timeshares, apartments, and over almost 50 some years, I've probably done 5,000 different buildings. And when things were slow in 2009 and 8 and 7 and 10, I've always sketched architectural projects on napkins, and I've got some here that I'll stick up. But this was a napkin sketch for a fireplace detail, and I've been doing that the whole time I've been doing architecture. But when there were no buildings to draw, I started drawing flowers on napkins, anywhere from real simple, like that, and mostly at lunch. A lot of them were Sardella's pizza in those days, and I give them to the servers, and they kind of encourage me to do some in color, and this is the color, the napkin sketch of a flower drawn in color. And then is this the one? This is the actual card that was made up from that. It's pretty much the same size.
So you want to tell us about how you go from the napkins to the card?
Well, the napkins all start off as fairly simple drawings, like that. That's technically not on a napkin; it's on a paper towel. Mm. But at the pizza place I was, that's what they use. And then again back to this, I'll just take felt pen, colored pencil, and then sometimes I used to use acrylic paint, but now I just use correction fluid, whiteout, to trim up things, do little dots. And then here's a mock-up where these are Christmas cards actually, but I print 2 cards on
one sheet.
Yeah, well, I can't think of the name of it now, on cardstock. And I buy the cardstock, take it into UPS, and then I trim them with a mat knife to get them down to the card size. And the original drawings I'll reduce or enlarge generally to make them. I don't always color directly onto the napkin, but I'll reduce the original up and down to fit the card size I want. And it's really relatively simple process. And over the years, I've over the last 7-8 years, I've probably given away 1,000 or more cards to anybody that sort of goes out of their way, and it's been a lot of fun for me to be able to return kindness to somebody that's been extra kind to me, and that's pretty much the background of doing this.
Mm-hmm. So you want to show us a few more examples, and then we can.
Well, the technique is essentially the same technique that I use for architectural renderings. And this is a sample before I was doing the cards of drawing foliage and using felt pens and colored pencils to create a colored drawing. And I've been doing that for probably 30 years as far as architectural renderings. But and the cards are a relatively new thing. And then occasionally I will take a smaller card drawing, and it gets blown up to roughly 10 by 10, a little bigger sometimes. And I shrink wrap them on 20 by 20 foam core here. But, oh, and that's, I just realized that one was sideways. That's all right. And we hope in the future to be able to sell more cards. Everyone seems to appreciate the cards very much. And
what sort of feedback do you get from the cards?
They're all thrilled to get them. A lot of people will tell me that they give them to their friends and they get very good comments back from their friends. That, the cards are a little bit different than what they normally see.
They have a sort of uniqueness to them. Now, do they say anything in them? Like certain cards will say like a poem or anything. Do they have anything? They're just blank? Or? Well,
I played around with some cards that I had. One was a poem about cat hair, but I never really made it into cards. I was just toying with the idea.
Yeah, and that was a humorous one, or?
It was the cat hair thing was humorous, and I do some. Actually, I'm not sure where that is. It's up here somewhere. I do most of my friends are in their 70s and 80s. So I do a Christmas card, or a birthday card, that is sort of a joke card. And this is the birthday card that I do. And there's normally some joke about we're not going to do candles anymore. For your next birthday, we'll just call the fire department direct, or the fire department doesn't want us to do candles anymore. And so I usually make some kind of joke about that. And I do a custom insert for whoever the person is. And actually, while I'm here, I didn't realize it was here.
Now, if someone were to like message you, you could do a custom insert for anyone, pretty much, if they gave you the name and information.
And I've done that before.
Oh, okay.
And there was a variation of that card that was done for my great-granddaughter. It was just a single candle for her first birthday. And this was fun. This was the sketch that went with the cat hair poem. But I never really sent the card to anybody. But the ones that are really the popular ones are the flowers that are colorful.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, this is 7-8 years of colored card drawings. Put this back. And in a way, the architectural work has picked up to where I don't really have much time anymore to deal with the cards. But this has always been more fun than certainly dealing with the building departments.
Yeah.
And I still love doing the architectural work. And basically I love designing, solving the overall big problems of what the building's going to look like. But I hope to get back into slowing down on the architectural work, getting back into doing more cards. And right now I've got the smaller cards like this. I've got probably 50 different cards, and there's only maybe about half of them I really like, and that I typically will print out to give away.
All right. Well, thank you for your time and give us a little insight of the card business that you've been starting off with. Yeah, thank you, and thank you for watching, those of you at home. All right.